Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, look, I've got a new bit of gear to talk about today. It's the actual the Midi Commander by Mellow Audio. Look, this is just a Midi foot control that's pretty awesome actually. I've never had one before, and using Amplitube and Bias FX, this just works unreal. Essentially the way this works, it just plugs in USB, or it's got like a Midi port on the back, or USB, so it's USB powered and plugs into I always use the Mac, and just plugs in seamlessly straight away without any fuss, and works with Amplitube and Bias FX. It doesn't work with Bias Amp. It's not really designed in that way to be flipped through presets and so forth, but with Bias FX, essentially what you've got down here is your different patches that you can preset, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You've got your 2 banks, which you can like bank up then 5, 6, 7, 8 and so forth, all the way up to like I think in the hundreds. But on each patch that you're on, you can then set a parameter up the top for like the stomp boxes and everything that are involved in that patch. So you can assign different parameters and different stomps at the same time. So like the press of one button, you can assign a reverb to come on and a distortion pedal to turn off. You can have, you know, multiple things happen. So I think in that sense it's really cool. Great fun just to sit there and jam to all your tracks and swap out your tones on the fly without having to stop and click your mouse and things. But yeah, I do have to say though, in all honesty, I've been approached a few times by various companies to sell products, and I've tried things out, and if I'm not willing to buy the item and I don't think it competes with what I've already got, I just gracefully decline the offer. I don't ever want to sell anything or push anything onto you guys that I wouldn't be buying myself, and I think this is fantastic value for money. It's $150 US. There are links in the video down below how to buy it, where to buy it. But look, it's solid steel casing, really well built. I've been stomping on it for a week now and not had a single issue with it. Just turns on, does its thing. Okay, so I'll just get started here. I'll turn on Bias FX. And as you can see, okay, so for the first time you turn the unit on, if you're using it with Bias FX, you turn the power button on while holding number 2, and as you can see it's in Bias FX mode. You go up to your settings with Bias FX, go into your audio settings, and down the bottom you'll see that there's some active Midi inputs. And this is the actual TS Midi 2.0. Okay, so we're all powered up. To make the unit work now and to be able to swap through presets, we need to assign different presets to these 4 banks on the bottom. For this demonstration we'll start at bank 28 because I've assigned no presets to that, and this is how I go about it. I'd like to put a Van Halen preset there to start with, and I'll go to it. You just hit edit, and then Midi PC here, you just scroll down till you get to the preset number that you're assigning to. So here we have 28, say OK, and that's it, that's stored. So when we hit on that, we've got it. So now what we can do is, I think I might turn that boost off and turn the delay off at the same time, just so that we can assign that. So I can go to my Midi automation, and in this Midi automation I can turn on and off the actual levels. It brings up what the parameters are of that item, but I just want to toggle it on and off. So I do that, and then all I say is Midi learn, go down, and I hit number 1. And it remembers that. So now when I hit number 1, you can see it's turning my delay on. Okay, and at the same time, if I want, I can assign the boost to number 2 and so forth. But what I'll do is when the delay turns off, I want the boost to turn off as well. So again, MIDI automation, say learn, hit 80 again, done. And there we go. So, and you can see how one turns on, one turns off. If I want to switch that around, all I do is turn that on with the mouse, and it actually switches it. So that's a really cool seamless idea. So any switching that you've got on the screen, you can change with this. So I've made a few in the past. I've done some with some Slayer, and I'll just run through how I use it. So this, I've got a classic Slayer preset just here, just for a normal tone. That's like a Seasons in the Abyss tone, but I can change that now to give it a different reverb for a... And I might want a little bit more drive on that. So there we go. I've assigned those. And so it means you can keep this one preset and you get a little bit more value out of your presets. I've assigned those 2 reverbs to alternate, just 2 different set reverbs at different levels, so that one's a little bit tighter than the other. So, yeah, so the next preset, I've got the South of Heaven. And again, I've got different reverbs set for this preset. More like a tighter rhythm sound when the... So, all in all, you can have a bit of fun with it. Yeah, so as you can see, it's super easy to use. It's just intuitive and works. So what more do you want it for? So anyway, take care guys. Thanks for tuning in. Next time.